Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force, with me, your host, Craig Stern. We've just reached Bustoke, a town built into a mountainside, and we are going to talk to a little girl who has apparently just been orphaned. That's kind of a horrible way to get welcomed to a new town. They really need to work on their presentation. Never going to attract tourism that way. Rescue her husband from the quarry. Man, is this Shining Force or is this West Virginia? What's going on down here? Okay. Nothing over there. Looks like there's a lot of propellers just kind of lying around. I wonder what's in this home. Man, looks like she lives right next door to her parents. That's gotta be awkward. And it's a building full of identical people. Aha! Oh, here it is. I was a little overeager before when I said the Power Sphere was right around the corner. Here it is now, though. The Power Sphere, the thing that officially makes the Bronze Lance completely worthless. Also, there's the Middle Axe, which does a lot more damage than the Middle Sword, as you might imagine. I'll be getting these for Gort and Luke. Oh, looks like I gotta get something out of his inventory first. How about we sell the middle swords they have, since we're not gonna be using them anymore. I like how the shopkeepers just yell, "It's mine, all mine," anytime you sell them anything. Kinda reminds me of that scene in Idiocracy. You know what scene I'm talking about. If you've seen Idiocracy. I won't tell you if you don't. Simply because this is a family-friendly channel. Except for those occasions where I curse. We'll just pretend I don't do that. Hey, you're not gonna need either of those anymore because we're getting you a Power Sphere. Incidentally, this kind of item treadmill, this constant process of upgrading your equipment all the time, is partially responsible for the fact that enemies in this game are really only a challenge for a few battles at most. There's a constant stat treadmill that your characters are on through leveling and through equipment upgrades. And enemies in this game don't level. All enemies have the same stats if they're of the same kind. Right? Every skeleton is like every other skeleton. Every zombie is like every other zombie. So, your characters are constantly improving. They're constantly just staying the same. And at the end of the day, that means that enemies have a shelf life. No, I didn't actually get an axe for either of these guys yet. Well, that's what I'm doing now. One more axe, and we're ready to go. What else could I possibly want? You've given me everything a boy could need, shopkeeper. Now we just have to actually equip them with weapons. That'd be useful, right? Not everyone can be Gong. I don't want you guys trying to punch the enemies. Ooh, attack 29. Ken is going to simply rip through people now. Not going to lie, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'll need lots of items for... What? You'll need lots of items for you, Journey? Is he calling me the band, Journey? Because, otherwise I don't understand what he's getting at. I think it's time I started stocking up on healing seeds. My characters just have too much health at this point for medical herbs to really cut it. Gonna get a couple more of those and move on. Who do I want to give this to? Probably Ken. He has a lot of hit points, and goodness knows he takes enough damage in the average battle. Maybe I'll also just get a couple medical herbs for Balveroy and Amon. That's kind of important because they tend to be at their most useful when they're flying around in areas where the healers can't reach them. Alright. And this, I believe, is the chapel? No, that's the mayor. Oh, it's an alchemist. Third time's the charm. I'm a master alchemist. Can you help me? Sure. What can you do for me? First time is Xylo. I need to make a lunar do. Who is Xylo? I mean, I know who Xylo is, but no one who's playing this game for the first time is going to know. Find Moonstone and bring it back. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you who Xylo is. Xylo is a wolf man. He's sort of a werewolf, if you will. And he is freaking awesome. He is a great character. Not quite as great as Domingo, but pretty close. He's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to getting him. And what's this? Aha. Looks like I finally reached my team limit, which means I'm going to have to go talk to Nova and replace Hans at long last with someone slightly more useful. Thank goodness for that. Yep, on the attack, blah blah. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Amon, I hate to tell you this, but your defense kinda sucks. And actually, quite a few things can take you. Balveroy, also not super accurate there. He's probably gonna get killed on the battlefield a few times, but he's still gonna fight because I'm gonna resurrect him. This isn't Fire Emblem, folks. Yeah, as you can see, characters' dialogue changes if you kick them off your team. I'm not going to bother illustrating that anymore, just it's a good thing to know if you're interested in that sort of thing. Let's see what's here. Okay, well then, I'll talk to your mom. I'm gonna lie to this lady. Alright, fine. Yeah, sorry, I totally forgot. I actually am part of the Shining Force. If Xylo were sane. Now, Diane is a bit like Hans, in that she's an archer, but she's slightly more useful than he is. Sure, tell me about Xylo. Huh. Sort of a weird thing to do. Pour crazy juice into someone's drink like that. Okay, there's clearly someone in that direction. I just can't reach him. That's Bakken, by the way. I don't know if you recognize him. We saw him in Rindo. Or maybe it was Altaround. I don't remember. It was in some town, and he was complaining about how boring it is. I think it was Rindo. I'm gonna go with Rindo. It's my final answer. On Who Wants to Be a Shining Force Millionaire? Xylo must do the do, or else he will remain insane forever. By the way, you probably noticed that my voice sounds much more clear and much less distorted than it did in any of the other previous Let's Plays. That's because I am experimenting with a new audio setup that will hopefully make these much more pleasant to watch. Yep, everyone's fine. I still honestly can't believe I got out of Shade Abbey without any casualties. That was just absolutely nuts. Yeah, okay, fine. Go to the quarry, 'cause that's where you want me to go. 'Cause that's where the next battle is, blah blah.
Master, we have found it!
The Laser Eye, at last! This is the end of that accursed Shining Force! Get rid of those men from Vostok! They are no longer... wait, shit. Screwed up his line. Whatever. They are of no further use to us! Okay, I'm done reading this. Sorry. I think you can read it. Okay, so you might notice, this guy down here, he looks pretty much exactly like a Dark Mage, but he is not a Dark Mage, he is a Master Mage. Master Mages are like Dark Mages, but they have Freeze 2 instead of Blaze 2, which makes them much nastier. Speaking of nasty, I don't want to get too close to those skeletons. Yeah. Oh, lizard men. It's been a while since I've had to deal with those guys. As you can see, those are not Dark Snipers either, those are Dark Elves. Which doesn't entirely make sense, because the Dark Snipers, I'm pretty sure, were Elves to begin with. But this is a different unit type. It's just like the Dark Snipers, but a little stronger, and it has Steel Arrow equipped instead of crummy wooden arrows. Let's move Luke over here. I'd rather... If anyone gets hit by that second skeleton, I'd rather it be me. There's not much of an improvement in terms of Luke's attack, I have to say. He was dealing 2 damage before, now he's dealing 4. I mean, that is like, I guess, double, but still not that impressive. Alright, Henri. Time for you to try out that new Blaze 2 spell you've got. Ho-ho! And right out of the gate, Henri is not taking any crap from anyone. Speaking of not taking crap, I'm not sure if my birdmen are going to be able to survive getting hit by those archers, but I would like to have them go up there and take them out. I think it would be fun. stay there now. I'm going to have someone else finish off that skeleton. Maybe Chris. Maybe May. Let's have May finish him off. And she's level 7. And her defense once again increases by 2. Well, her max hit points increased a bit. She's really been lagging behind on her hit point count there, relative to some of my other fighters. Okay, here's Amon. That second Dark Elf. It looks like the Dark Elf on the right goes first, which means that he is probably the one Balveroy and Amon should focus on taking out at first. Hopefully they can deal enough damage to, you know what though, I don't think they can, well, maybe they can. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think they can both reach that elf on the right. Let's give it a shot. Oh man, I don't think they're going to be able to take this elf out. I also think there's an excellent chance that at least one of them is going to get killed by these elves. See how it goes. Hopefully they can survive a hit or two. Maybe if I put Bouffant here, I'll draw the fire from one of those elves and give Amon and Balveroy more of a chance to survive here. It's too bad I don't have any abilities which reach 3 spaces away right now. I'd love to hit that Master Mage. No. Dark Elves are not buying it. They are going straight for Amon. Oh boy. I forgot just how weak these Birdmen start out. So far, things are not looking good for them. Although, that Dark Elf there just decided to pass up his turn entirely, for reasons I don't entirely understand. Alright, Balveroy. I think you can finish off this Dark Elf here. Let's see you do it. Very nice. I seem to remember Balveroy being the stronger of the 2 Birdmen. Which really isn't saying that much, but that does tend to be a problem later in the game. That, they just simply can't deal much damage after a certain point. So he's an attack of 18 and a defense of 12. She's an attack of 16 and a defense of 8. Yeah, Balveroy is superior in pretty much every single stat. If I'm going to just use one Birdman, it's clearly got to be Balveroy. I think I may be retiring Amon after this battle and perhaps using Diane in her place. Amon needs to get the heck out of there. She is not going to be of much use in this battle. I wonder if Luke can one-hit this, or one-shot this Dark Mage. Let's see if it happens. Not quite, but pretty close. And that actually might be a good opportunity for Balveroy to come in and gain some experience mopping up that mage. Dark Priests are really more annoying than anything. They have a habit of healing enemies who you'd much rather stayed unhealed. If I recall, they also do decent attack damage, but they're not a huge threat. Have you stay there, Amon. You, Balveroy. Finish off this Dark Mage for me. And his level increases to 6. Defense increases, very good. Speed increases. Okay. Not the greatest level up, but good enough. I'm not gonna complain. Level 7, Ward is level 6. Move them over there. It'd really be nice if I could feed someone to Chris. She still needs to gain some levels. I'm not going to be satisfied with her until she learns Heal 3. Damage against May is actually pretty impressive. That guy must be using a power staff. Yep. Alright, Gort. You take your place over here. We'll have Luke start working on one of these enemies. Probably the Dark Priest. These Dark Priests are doing an awful lot of evading. I am not a fan. Ooh. Not cool, Skeleton. Not cool. Alright. Well, I don't want Luke dying, so we're going to heal him now. Balveroy, since this archer is just going to sit there and do nothing, why don't you go and attack him? This will be a nice little font of experience for you there. Meanwhile, someone really needs to hit this Dark Priest. There we go. That is 3 out of 4 attacks against the Dark Priest, but the Dark Priest is evaded now. I do not remember them being quite so giant bat-like in their behavior. what I should do is move Luke out of there and move Gord in to take his place, since Gord has such better defense. There we go. And better attack, for that matter. Is there anything Gort isn't better at than you, Luke? That's right. Hang your head in shame and weep. Balbaroy, meanwhile, beating up on this strangely immobile Dark Elf. And a double attack. Getting a little impatient with the proceedings. I know how you feel, Balbaroy. This is not the most exciting battle. It's, just too many choke points for my taste. Although all the new enemies are kind of cool to see. I am not at my most articulate right now. But that's okay. Alright, Dark Priest. How do you like that? Now, if I were interested in building up my units, the Dark Priests would actually be extremely useful. Because, as new enemies, they give a lot of experience, even from just basic hits, as you saw when May nailed that Dark Priest just now. That's 20 experience points for a normal attack. It's quite high. And they just heal themselves, which means that they're basically experience point fountains that only run dry after they run out of magic points. Which takes some time to happen. Now Gord is level 7. With a hit point gain of 4. What does that put him at? 19. Pretty good. He can now stand up to pretty much all magic attacks. At least, until the end of the game, when magic starts dealing crazy amounts of damage in a single hit. What I want to do is to have Chris finish off this Dark Priest here. See if I can pull it off. Plan is to gradually move my men around, like so, that I don't have to worry about anyone but that Dark Priest having access to Chris. At least, until she kills him. Speaking of which, 58 experience. She kills one more enemy, she'll level up again. State of affairs that I am perfectly okay with. Ho-ho! Oh, Ken! Man, I just wanted you to soften him up a little. I didn't want you to pulverize him. Getting a little over-enthusiastic there, buddy. Speaking of softening up, let's have Gort do a little tenderizing here. Turn those bones into jello. I'm sorry, that was a pretty gross image. I probably shouldn't have said that. Going after May, that's a curious choice. I mean, even now, skeletons do a pretty frightening amount of damage. It is a little odd that that skeleton chose to go after the one person it would do essentially jack squat to. You know what? I don't want May to attack him. I want someone else to finish him off. I haven't decided who yet. Maybe Bouffant. Yeah, why not? I would like for Bouffant to gain another level. Maybe Henri should finish him off. I am chomping at the bit for Henri to learn Freeze too. She's not gaining too many experience from that though. I might need to hold back with her until we have access to newer enemies like the Lizard Man or the Master Mage. Dark Priest attacks Bouffant, dealing a respectable 5 damage. Nothing too impressive, but better than nothing. Alright, Balveroy, get some more experience. I'm not even gonna try using Ken against that guy, he's probably just going to kill him instantly. Could use some experience, but I'm afraid he might kill him. I'm just going to have him stay. Curious quirk of the AI again. The opportunity to attack and possibly kill a much weaker character. The AI instead chooses to assault my hero, who has almost no chance of actually killing. Healing up Bouffant here. Maybe I'll feed that Dark Priest to Gong. Gong deserves another level. But so does Chris. You know, it's so hard making these decisions. So much responsibility, you know? It's so much easier when you can just grind and you don't have to worry about conserving for future. Actually have a way to finish that sentence. You don't have to worry about conserving for the future. There we go. And the Dark Priest heals itself. Refilling the experience point cup, as it were. But I'm not going to let him live for too much longer. I'll let Chris get in another attack and then have Gong finish the job. never going to complain about a 4-point increase in someone's maximum magic points. That means she can now cast Heal 2 3 times and have enough left over for a Heal 1. Quite good, in my opinion. We just need to wait for Gong to punch that priest directly in the face, and we will be on our merry way. Hang out right there, Lo. You have your one spell that I wanted you to have, Detox. And now that you have it, I actually don't really care about leveling you up any further. As far as I'm concerned, it's all Chris and Gong now. Except for if someone gets poisoned, and then it's you. The Dark Priest is healing himself again. Maybe Gong will get even more experience out of this. Gonna one-shot this priest, so let's just use him to soften him up for Gong. Quite a bit of experience for Luke right there, actually. Oh, for the love of God, we're doing this again, are we? You know, maybe even by doing this, maybe I'm violating the spirit of my no grinding rule. I mean, the whole idea is I want this to be an entertaining sort of viewing experience. Maybe I should just kill that Dark Priest and get on with it. Maybe. Or maybe not. See if Gong can land a blow this time. If not... So he hit, but he didn't kill him. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to move ahead with the rest of the course and leave Gong behind to beat this guy up a little bit. Because even I am starting to lose interest in this whole thing. Oh, Luke just leveled up. Very good. Oh, good, good, good. That was much needed, and it brings him not quite to Gort's defense level, but very close. That is going to make Luke much more useful going forward. Meanwhile, it's time to press on and deal with the rest of these bad guys. I just had a thought. Okay. I think he'll be okay. I was concerned for a second there that the mage right next to that skeleton might follow that up with a blaze too and finish off Gort, but I don't think it's going to deal that much damage. Enough to kill him at any rate. Alright, Balderoy. Teach this dark mage to be safe standing on some stairs behind a skeleton. Ooh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Very good, Balderoy. Nodri can toast these two right now. However, she's already higher level than most of my men, and I don't want to waste any experience points here. Feeling that would happen. Luckily, Balderoy can survive a single hit from Blaze 2. From the looks of it, he can survive 2 hits from Blaze 2. Surviving hits. This is a very long-lived Dark Priest, I have to say. Maybe I'll have Buffon pitch in a little here. Gong's level 6. Attack increases. Defense increases pretty well. Maximum hit point increase. Alright. Still not exactly, you know, world's deadliest warrior. Whatever that show is. He's setting himself up well. He's keeping himself within the realm of useful. Which is all you can really ask of someone like Gong at this point in the game. Chris, on the other hand, I want to just straight up take out this Dark Mage. So she does. She doesn't look like she could beat a Dark Mage to death. But you would be surprised. There's a lot of strength in those wiry arms of hers. I don't want Ken heading up this attack, because, as we all know, Ken is a little bit of a glass cannon. However, I will have you stay here behind Chris. I can heal you next turn. That's who I want. Head on down. Ah, they're not even moving. Looks like I can get more of my guys down there before they try to, fend me off. Alright, Gong has got to be able to finish this guy off now. He's only got 5 hit points. I spoke too soon. Okay. And the Eternal Priest lives for yet another round. Oh, and my computer just randomly decided to fall asleep again. One of these days I'm going to remember to change that setting on my computer. Today is not that day. What's up? Man, this Bari looks pretty cool. Much cooler in the background image than it looks in the actual battle. Alright, Gong, you've been given a second chance. Time to punch this Dark Priest in the face. Knock his block off. Like a Rock'em Sock'em Robot, Gong delivers. Receives 48 experience for his trouble. We don't want you there. Alright, Ken. Nail that skeleton for me, why don't you? Oh! Holy cow! None of that gives you any sense of just how ridiculous the Power Sphere is. Dealing 23 damage to a skeleton, of all things. But that pretty well encapsulates it for me. pretty sure that Master Mage never moves. I think he's one of those. Yep, looks like it. Which means I'm going to probably use Dalberoy to take him out. Your nonsense. Alright. I think that Lizard Man might not move either. Let's find out. And Henri, being a complete baller, as usual. Maximum magic points increased by 5. Very nice. That is going to help a lot once we start getting to more expensive spells, like 3 is level 3. Yeah, none of those enemies move. Once again, Shining Force showing off how you can solve a fun game, even if your AI is stone stupid. So it would be a little more fun if I had to worry about it doing things that could actually hurt me. Alright. I don't want to move anyone there, for obvious reasons. That Master Mage is going to cream me. Say, freeze level 2 if I do. On the other hand, gotta start somewhere. I think this is a perfect opportunity for a Blaze 2. Don't you? Very nice. I know this is a bad idea because it's going to expose a bunch of my units to an AoE attack from that Master Mage, but I really want Chris to kill this Dark Priest. So I'm going to have her do it. And to hell with the consequences. And she's level 7. Totally worth it. Her hit points increased. A rare event. Right, Dalberoy. Crazy. Just went through the rock and directly into the cave. That is pretty impressive, Dalberoy. Well, since you're in there, why don't you go nail this Master Mage for me? And Henri gets to go again. Interesting. Well, I can move her out of harm's way here. Moving her there. Then I only have to worry about Chris and Gort getting nailed. With the freeze 2 that is sure to come any moment now. Unless, that is, I can finish this guy off. Well, what fun is that? Let's think about this for a second. He's level 7. Gord's level 7. Chris is level 7. Dal is level 8. Dalberoy's level 7. Henri's level 9. Lo is level 9. Pretty much everyone, except for Gong, is on the same page here level-wise, so actually there's no reason not to have Ken finish off this Master Mage. And his defense increased. Very nice, Ken. See, now here's what I don't get. They were extracting the laser eye when we showed up, and we just killed all of them. So who is it exactly that extracted the laser eye? Did I miss something here, or is that line about how the laser eyes there is just a load of crap? Oh, this again. Hang on. Give away one of his items. The Orb of Light, certainly. Don't need him carrying that around. Let's see. Well, Hans, you're officially a pack mule now, since you have no use to anyone. Moonstone. Very nice. That is a goofy-looking shovel right there. Nothing is found. I'm not sure what I would do with a shovel, mind you, but I guess I would just like to know that I have the option to dig things in this game. Alright everyone, you just, continue standing exactly where you are. I'm just gonna go back to town. No one move. Playing red light, green light, 1, 2, 3 here. And it's red light. Well, I don't know what else I could possibly do with the Moonstone other than give it to this guy, so I'm gonna say yes. Time to have Xylo do the do, as it were. Let's see. Let me get to Xylo again. No, not through here. Through here, is it? Yeah, there we go. There's nothing like barging into a prison cell with a crazed werewolf. My favorite. Man, he doesn't sound crazy, he just sounds irritated. I would love to see the game actually show that happening. Me just reaching over and opening up a freaking werewolf's mouth and forcibly pouring something into it. And it works instantaneously. Mind you, his dialogue still sounds exactly the same. Personally, I don't buy this whole, oh, I'm crazy thing at all. I can never repay you for this, but I'm going to join the Shining Force. That's right, Xylo. You can never repay me, because the game doesn't give you the option to. But I'm okay with that, because Xylo is awesome. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not a werewolf, he's a warwolf. Oh, Shining Force. Well, anyway, I'm going to go over to, where is this exactly? I've already been here, haven't I? Oh, look, Bakken's finally scaled the cliff face. Yep. We're gonna see that in just a second. That quote-unquote weapon of the ancients. AKA the secret weapon of Runefaust. It's a pretty cool weapon, not gonna lie. I'm sort of looking forward to showing it to you. Alright, Amon needs to get kicked off this team immediately. And in her place, we will be taking Xylo. I think that's a pretty strange thing for Xylo's father to have said, considering that Xylo doesn't actually have or use weapons. He just uses his claws, because he is a warwolf. You know what my favorite thing is about the term warwolf? Sounds like someone who's vomiting trying to say werewolf. Werewolf! I'm sorry, that was pretty gross. I apologize for that, gentle viewers. Well, Xylo, you're going to be spending a lot of time there, so I'm glad you like it. Okay. Where to next? Well, I guess I should talk to this priest, even though I didn't lose a single person in that last battle. Yep, everyone's okay. Nope, you're useless. Thanks anyway, priest. You beat them, we're free, thank you. Well, it's all in a day's work, lady. All in a day's work. Okay. Let's see, I think it might be time for me to bid you adieu. Temporarily, of course, because when we come back, there will be a couple more battles on our way to Pau, or however it is you pronounce that town's name, where we will be facing off against the secret weapon of Runefaust. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Let's Play Shining Force. I'm Craig Stern. I hope you enjoyed listening. I certainly enjoyed playing. I'll see you next time.